Reacting to the Casino King's warning, why Stanley Ho said, "Don't gamble, you win." Imagine the world's most successful fisherman telling you the secret to a bountiful life is to never cast a net. Picture a master chocolatier advising that true health comes from abstaining from cocoa. It sounds paradoxical, doesn't it? Yet in the high-stakes world of casinos and unimaginable fortunes, we have precisely such a declaration from the undisputed king of gambling himself, the late Dr. Stanley Ho Hung Sun. Stanley Ho, the man who single-handedly transformed Macau from a sleepy port into the glittering, neon-drenched gambling capital of the world, a titan whose empire, SJM Holdings, controlled a significant portion of the city's casino industry for decades, once uttered a piece of advice that seems to fly in the face of his entire legacy. He said, quite simply, "Don't gamble, you win." Some translations put it as, "Not gambling is winning money," or, as the original Vietnamese video that inspired this discussion referenced, a sentiment that, if you gamble 10 times, you lose 9, and ultimately, you don't gamble, you win. This isn't a quip from a casual observer or an anti-gambling crusader. This is a profound statement from the architect of an industry that thrives on the very act he advises against. So, what are we to make of this? Was it a moment of candid honesty? A piece of cynical wisdom? A carefully crafted statement for his legacy? Or, perhaps, the most astute business advice one could ever receive, disguised as a simple warning? In this deep dive, we're not just going to react to this monumental quote, we're going to dissect it. We'll journey through Stanley Ho's extraordinary life, explore the mathematical fortresses that are his casinos, delve into the psychological mazes that ensnare gamblers, and uncover the strategic brilliance that allowed him to build an empire while, perhaps, understanding better than anyone the fundamental truth he shared. By the end of this exploration, you'll understand not just why the Casino King gave this warning, but also the critical lessons it holds for anyone seeking true financial well-being and peace of mind in a world filled with alluring risks. Forget the fleeting thrill of the bet. Stanley Ho, in his own enigmatic way, pointed towards a more certain path to victory. Let's uncover that truth together. Part 1. The Man, the Myth, the Macau Legend. Understanding Stanley Ho's context. To truly grasp the weight of Stanley Ho's words, "Don't gamble, you win," we must first understand the man and the colossal empire he built. This wasn't just any casino owner. This was a figure of immense power, influence, and complexity, whose life story is as dramatic and captivating as any high-stakes game played in his establishments. Born in Hong Kong in 1921 into a prominent Eurasian family, the Hotong clan, Stanley Ho's early life was one of privilege. However, the tides of fortune turned dramatically during his youth when his father's business failed, plunging the family into poverty. This early experience with financial adversity is often cited as a crucible that forged his resilience and ambition. He famously recalled not being able to afford a dentist visit, a motivating factor in his relentless drive for success. His journey to becoming the king of gambling began during World War II. Fleeing to neutral Macau, he started his career with an import-export firm. His sharp intellect, linguistic talents, he reportedly spoke English, Cantonese, Mandarin, Portuguese, and Japanese, and daring entrepreneurial spirit allowed him to make his first fortune smuggling goods across the border during the war, a risky business that nonetheless laid the foundation for his future ventures. The pivotal moment arrived in 1962. Ho, along with a consortium of partners including Teddy Yip, Yip Han, and Henry Folk, secured the monopoly rights for casino gambling in Macau from the Portuguese administration. This entity, Sociedade de Turismo e Diversiones de Macau, would dominate Macau's economic landscape for 4 decades. Under Ho's stewardship, STDM didn't just run casinos, it built the infrastructure of modern Macau, from ferry services and helicopter pads connecting it to Hong Kong, to hotels, entertainment venues, and even dredging the harbor. The scale of his operations was and remains staggering. SJM Holdings, the company that inherited STDM's casino operations after the liberalization of Macau's gaming industry in 2002, still controls numerous iconic casinos, including the Grand Lisboa. For much of his reign, Ho's casinos were responsible for a huge percentage of Macau's GDP and employed a significant portion of its population. He transformed Macau from a quaint colonial outpost into a global gambling behemoth, often dubbed the Las Vegas of the East, though in terms of revenue, Macau quickly surpassed its American counterpart. Ho's public persona was one of glamour, philanthropy, and astute business acumen. He was a renowned ballroom dancer, a father to many children from several relationships, and a significant donor to educational and cultural causes in Hong Kong and Macau. He projected an image of sophisticated control and unwavering confidence. However, behind this flamboyant exterior was a man who, according to many accounts, including the source video for this discussion, personally abstained